And a lot of people have said that this beginning of 2025 hasn't been so good for them. And even if it has been good for you, I think there might be a little bit of value in watching this video, because I'm going to give you advice, things that I've learned over a long period of time doing very well in this industry about what to do during a slump. Now, to give a little bit of background on me, and not to flex, but instead to give you confidence of why you should take my advice seriously at all. I've been doing this consistently for a little bit over 4 years. I made over $20 million day trading. And even if you don't believe all those numbers, which I'm not lying, but if you don't believe them, I have also live traded in a call with 30 to 40 people every single day that I trade for over 2 years straight. Every single trade recorded, every single trade they saw, every single trade live. So the performance and the track record is there. The things that come out of my mouth is not just random bullshit that I'm spitting at a screen, but instead it's real things from a real career, from somebody who has been dramatically successful in trading, and somebody who genuinely just wants to give you information that potentially might help you, right? Because the things that I'm going to say are things that I wish somebody would have told me at the beginning of my trading. And even if they did tell me in the beginning of my trading, I wish I would have fucking listened to, because I never listened to nobody back then. So I'm telling you, listen to the things that I'm about to say. So the very first point that I want to make, and what seems kind of obvious, is that a few weeks of price action and a few weeks of trading is not enough time to come to conclusions about a trading system. It's not even close to fucking enough amount of time. Realistically, unless you're trading for at least a quarter of the year, I think a quarter of statistics, a quarter of trade results, a quarter of performance, that's enough to draw conclusions. A few weeks, 1 month is not. And the reason for this is not due to the number of positions you're taking. I think a lot of people get this wrong, and I think that's where people like Mark Douglas, for example, in Trading in the Zone, where he says take 30 positions and then that's how you're going to go, the whole 30 trade challenge. I think that's potentially flawed in the way of, I believe that it should be time-based, because you could take 30 trades in 1 week. And a lot of people do take 30 trades in 1 week, and then they come out and they're like, well, I've done really, really well. But it turns out they've only traded in one single market condition, when in reality, if you want to understand the real performance of your system, if you want to understand the real performance of yourself, you need to have traded across all market conditions. So that means on a higher time frame is it ranging, on a lower time frame is it ranging, it is expansive on a lower time frame but range bound on a higher time frame. Is it really choppy? Is there not a lot of liquidity in the market? Is there a ton of liquidity in the market? Is there a lot of red folder? Is there not a lot of red folder? Is it an election year? Is it not an election year? All these different things come together and culminate a market condition that you're trading in. And for you to get a accurate understanding of your edge, of your performance, you need to have traded and executed in all market conditions. And if you haven't, you don't have enough fucking data. So when I say a few weeks or a month is not enough time to come to a conclusion, this is what I mean. A statistical conclusion about your trading data should take 3 to 4 months, at least a quarter of the year, in order to come to conclusion to. Now, that doesn't mean you should ignore a month of bad performance, but it means that you shouldn't get so caught up with yourself over a month of bad performance, because it's not the end of the world, and realistically, it could just be a bad streak. Everybody has bad streaks in the market. And this kind of leads me on to the next thing that I want to talk about, which is the perpetual sine wave of the market. So what I mean is everything in life, not just the market, but everything in life, everything in the market, everything in success, everything in fucking everything that you're ever going to do has ups and downs, and it goes in a little fucking sideways like this. It goes sideways, it goes up and down like this, right? And sometimes you're at the top of that motherfucker, and sometimes you're at the bottom of that motherfucker, okay? So if you're at the bottom, the whole point and the whole way to get longevity in trading is not performing well at the top. Nobody gives a fuck if you perform well at the top, because guess what? Everybody could perform well at the fucking top. The main point of good trading is performing in the normal section of that curve and in the low section of that curve. If you can maintain your risk management, stay fucking disciplined, because this is where everybody fucking folds. This is where everybody gives up. This is where everybody blows their trading accounts and decides, you know what, I actually just spent all this time trying to learn to trade, but I'm just going to not follow my fucking rules. I'm going to tilt my fucking account, and I'm just going to quit the game, okay? I'm going to lose all my money. I'm going to quit the game, go get a job at fucking McDonald's, I guess, if you want to do this, okay? But realistically, nobody cares what you do at the top. You shouldn't try to optimize yourself for performance at your best when the market condition is the best. You should try to optimize yourself for longevity in trading, for performing well during the normal periods and during the slump periods. And again, if you're right here at the bottom, you are right now at the very moment where everybody quits, okay? And if you want to be another fucking statistic, go ahead and quit, okay? Go ahead and click off this video, stop trading, deposit your trading account back into your bank account if you even have anything left, and go ahead and quit the game. Go get a job at Best Buy. Go do real estate, sell insurance, whatever. There's other ways to make a lot of money in this world. Go do one of those other ways. But if you want to trade, you have to push through these times, and you have to recognize that it's okay, it's normal, and guess what? It's going to happen again. You're going to be at the top of that sine wave curve again, you're going to be at the middle of it, and you're going to be at the bottom of that motherfucker again, and that's totally okay. And you have to really, truly understand that the entire market is like that. Market conditions are like that. Sometimes they're the best. Sometimes they're the worst. Sometimes they're average. You want to optimize for the worst times, not the best times, okay? And you want to predict everything off the worst times, because the worst times are where you're going to find out if you could really do this. At the worst times, that's when you're going to know if you can make it through the worst times, you could do trading for real. If you can't make it through the worst times, pack your fucking bags and leave, bro. So that leads to the obvious question of what do you actually do in the worst times? If we now understand that everything in the market, performance, market conditions, everything, even the success rate of your strategy works in kind of waves like this, how the hell do we actually survive at the bottom of that curve? So realistically, the first and the easiest way is if the market condition is not favorable for your system right now, so it's not necessarily your performance. You might still be executing well, but the actual market condition is not very good for your strategy. The very first and the easiest thing that you could do is just take a fucking break, man. Just leave, okay? If every single day in this month has been really bad for you and the market has been really range bound and it hasn't been really working at all for you, and you know you're really good in a dynamic expanding market condition and the market's just been range bound and it's not fucking moving, guess what you could do? A very simple solution. Get off your fucking chair, turn your computer off, and go outside. Go touch grass, buddy. Okay, just leave. Go do something else. Go find a hobby. Do something else. I think a lot of people can't do this, and they don't want to do this because for some reason they have it in their fucking head that working a job is just like trading, and you have to be sitting on your fucking desk all day in order to get the benefits from trading. Part of your fucking job description is to get off your fucking chair and leave. Go do something else, okay? Because if you don't do something else, sometimes you're going to get fucking obliterated by the market. Now, you don't actually have to take a break, but what you can do, and something that I mostly do nowadays because I do live trading, is I'll sit down in the morning. If the market gets really range bound and choppy, guess what? My hands are off. I'm not going to execute. I'm going to match the energy of the market. I think this is what I'm really getting down to right now. This is the main point that I'm getting down to. I want you to always match the energy of the market. If the market is expansive, it's aggressive, it knows what it's doing, yada yada yada, then guess what? You should know what you're fucking doing. You should be as aggressive as possible. You should push it as hard as you can. You should wait for less confirmation, do this and that, because the market has that type of energy. If the market can't make up its fucking mind, you shouldn't make up your fucking mind either, dude. No trading strategy, no edge works the same at all periods of time. And if anybody has ever told you that it does, they're lying to you, and you should run for the hills. Because again, realistically, everything works on a fucking wave like this. Can you do this? I think you can, okay? So every trading strategy works on a wave like this, right? So if your wave is low, that means the market's not in the energy that you need to be in. So don't fucking match it, right? If the market can't make up its mind, you can't make up your fucking mind either, okay? If the market does make up your mind, you should make up your mind too. Be aggressive in those conditions, but match the energy of the market as much as possible, okay? If the market's not doing what you want to do, don't do what the market wants you to do, which is lose your fucking money, okay? So if the market doesn't want to do what you want to do, don't do what the market wants it to do. If the market is doing what you want it to do, then you can do what the market wants to do, which is what it wants you to do is place orders and participate. The market just wants you to participate. It's sitting there trying to get you to participate by any means possible. Right, that's the goal of the market. That's what the market wants from you. Because if you participate, you have a chance to lose. You have a chance to win. You have a chance to provide liquidity to the marketplace. Okay, only do that if it's doing what you want it to do. Don't feel like you have to trade just because there's price action. Don't feel like you have to push yourself just because you sat down in your fucking chair, because that is the wrong way to think about this. And if you want any sort of longevity in this fucking market, then that's what you're gonna have to do. If you want to get to a point where you could buy whatever the fuck you want, you're financially free, you have a fucking, I don't know, dude, do whatever the fuck you want, then you have to have longevity. And if you want fucking longevity, you have to be able to sit on your fucking hands and do nothing sometimes. That is okay. You have to be able to go through the down periods. You have to be able to push through the hard times, push through the troughs in the sine wave curve. Most of what I'm trying to tell you to do in bad times is to match the market's energy. I'm giving you the fucking secret to get through hard times. You don't get through hard times by doing the same shit that you were doing in good times. You get through hard times by altering what you're doing and matching the market's energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, the next thing that you could do, partially, not partially, but just the same shit that I'm already talking about, is get rid of like B, C, D setups. Only take A plus shit, bro. Sit on your fucking hands and wait. If the market's range bound like this, and you have setups that you take in range bound markets, but it's like, well, this setup's more of like a D setup, a C setup, some shit. Why the hell are you fucking taking it, motherfucker? Just wait for the A plus setup, bro. Sit on your fucking hands. Wait. I think a lot of doing well in good times is just being fucking patient, focusing on risk management, staying fucking disciplined when the market is giving you some form of opposition. Again, match the market's fucking energy. That's how you get through bad times. And if the market does give you something good in a bad time, don't give that motherfucker back. Do whatever you can to not give back funds to the market. So this can be restructuring your risk management. This could be having loss limits on a day. This could be trailing your stop loss. This could be, if you take 2 wins in a row, then you're gone after you take 1 loss. If you take 1 big winner or 1 little winner, whatever you got to do to not give back money, try to implement that during bad times. If you realize, for example, that you don't do well on Mondays, you don't do well on Fridays, the market doesn't do shit on fucking Tuesdays for you or some shit. You don't do well on non-farm payroll days or CPI days. Guess what you shouldn't do? You shouldn't fucking trade on those days. So maybe try to really pinpoint and lock in, maybe minimize the time that you're trading, because really think about it, right? If you're in a bad time, you already know that you're more prone to make mistakes. You're more prone to take losers. Why would you try to maximize the amount of time that you're in the market anyways? You should minimize it, right? Focus on 1 hour of price action, 2 hours of price action, 1 day of price action. You don't do well in the first 30 minutes, cut the fucking first 30 minutes out. Or just take a vacation, whatever the hell you want to do. But minimize the time, match the market's energy, focus on your risk management, stay fucking disciplined, don't be retarded, and you could get through a hard time, okay? I've gone through many hard times. I've gone through hard times in live trading. 40, 50, 60 people have seen it. They watch the entire thing. And people who have watched me trade for the last 2 years straight have seen horrible times, have seen the most incredible fucking performance you've ever witnessed in your fucking life, and they've also seen the average times as well. And guess what? Every single time you get through it, if you're in a good time, a bad time is coming. This diamond is not going to break because it's a fucking diamond. Smash this bitch against the fucking table as much as I want. You understand me? If it's a good time, a bad time will come. If it's a bad time, another good time will come. Do you understand? I hope you understand. I think you should understand. It doesn't take a fucking genius to understand. So I don't know who the hell needed to hear this, I'll be honest. But, don't fucking fold the bad times, bro. You want to be a trader, you have to make it through it. If you can't make it through it, pack your bags and fucking quit, because you don't have what it takes to do well in this game for a long time if you can't make it through a bad time. With that being said, if you like what I'm saying, if you like how I'm teaching things, join the fucking Discord in the description. I have a Patreon there too where I teach exactly how I trade. I have live trading. Again, I live trade in front of 40, 50 people every single fucking day that I trade. And, you don't need to do that shit. You can just watch YouTube. You can do the shit on your own if you want, but that could just accelerate your process if you wanted to. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.